Welcome to another edition of the Buck Stop here. I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50, bringing you the latest in battle rap news. And I am the illest battle rapper in the game. And like I always say, this is not about me. This week we're going to be recapping Battle of the Sexes battle, home league, hometown battle between Adolph Jr. and La G. Dade County Elite Battle League. Let's get into it. Like I said before, I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50. I'll be doing these reviews, and the battle came across my feed, and I said, "Whoa, you know what? I'm always, reviewing these URL dudes. How about I review somebody that's right next door to me, because they definitely need to shine. Them other dudes get enough shine as it is." So this was a battle of the sexes. Adolph Jr., who I'm familiar with, and a young lady named La G, who I first got to see on the Art of War card. She was pretty good. So I said, you know what? I'm not doing nothing at the crib. Let me watch this. Now, usually when I do my recaps, I'm not going to lie, I don't really like to get into a bar-for-bar breakdown because it takes a lot of time. But I said, you know what, for this one, I'm going to do that, or at least try to break down most of the bars that I got. That way it just don't seem like I'm just saying somebody won. Okay, so La G went first. Let's see what she was talking about. She started off with a players club bar. Okay, that was decent. And then she said she had a bar about Roy Jones, thinking you can't be touched. Roy Jones had a song called Can't Be Touched. You're going to get KO for thinking you're Roy Jones Jr. Then she had like a little candle scheme saying for being fired up, thinking you're going to wax me, but you can't hold a candle to me, or something to that effect. Maybe not the exact words, but something to that effect. And then she referred to a battle that Adolph had with Jit Red, in which he lost, and then saying, there was a setup basically saying, for that beating you took from Jit, I don't remember how exactly it went, but basically, Adrian Peterson got in trouble for beating his child, and in the South, we refer to children as jits, so it was like a play on words. That was cool. Then she used a little play on words about a man, saying for claim to be a man and you get choked up by a bitch. Then she had a Rocky bar where she said, your people's gonna be screaming Adrian, which is his name. Then she said the first female to take flight on you, Amelia Earhart. That was good. Then if I give him the ring, I ain't trying to wife a nigga. Then they try to pass you the torch, but you blew that. That was pretty good. Then she did a little AC scheme that was cool. Then she just said she did one where I said if I put the butt in your face, it's not asinine. Then she did a K Michelle bar, Razor Man. That was cool. Ace Hardware, ACE hardware bar that was nice. She did a Holly Berry bar that was cool. She did a Candace Owen bar. She did one with Tom Brady. I didn't really get that one, but I don't think it's because it didn't make sense, because she had enough bars for me to trust in whatever she was saying. I just think the articulation didn't hit, so I didn't catch it. But then she did another one saying you was coached through your chokes like the Heimlich. And then she did another one, a little play on words with him and his boy Tech, saying I'm gonna set him sky high with God. That was cool. It was a good round. What I liked about the round, a lot of it was personal. None of it was random, She took a lot of his stuff and flipped it and threw it on him. So now we go to Adolph Jr. Let's see what Adolph Jr. is going to do. Okay, he started with a grand entrance bar, uh, basically saying if I take a G, she's gonna get a grand entrance or something like that. But it was cool. And then he said he took some money from his boy Jay, and then he said like FAMU band, FAMU bar, something like FAMU. I only came for the band. FAMU is known for their band. Okay, then he said stepfather. I only biologically I popped this bitch. That was cool. Then he did. I got CRs for sale. I put a whole lot in this. That was nice. Lollygagging bar. That was good. And he did one with the snub nose, like Bo. It knows everything. Bo knows sports. Bo knows this. Then I got the polls out like election day. That was a good one. Then he said he did this whole thing about your preparation. If I get on your ass and it's flaming or something, my preparation is going to be H, preparation H. And then he had another one called, another one he said, like, the gas is gone, stick on E. Then he went into that with Akinelli because he was talking to some chick, saying how you went against me, but I guess her name was E, and he said if I can E, I can put it in her mouth. That was a good one. That was a haymaker. Then he had a 357 to 1, like an odd scheme. Like if I put this 357 to 1, the odds will be something. I don't remember the exact line, but it was 357 bar. Then he dissed some dudes in the crowd. I guess they must have been Crips or something. Something to the fact like if I put these 7 block Crips in a bag, it'll be a crowd ball. Then he had a Do-Re-Mi bar that was cool. Then he had one line about the Port-au-Prince. I'm sure it made sense, but I didn't quite get it. Maybe I just didn't get it, or maybe it was an inside thing and I would have to know to get it. But then he had a Rocky, Russian in the ring bar. Of course, Rocky fought a Russian. Then he broke it down with a little, Black Lives Matter, a little summed it up on the whole Black Lives Matter thing. And then he had a cap space bar. Now, if this battle, if I had to pick a winner, it's close, and I'm gonna tell you why. Adolph had more bars, but La G had more personals. So if somebody said La G won, I couldn't really argue that. If somebody said Adolph won, I couldn't argue that either because he had a lot more bars. It felt like he went longer. Maybe he didn't, I don't know. But it was a good battle. I liked La G's style. She was very direct. The only thing I would say some things, I don't want to say wasn't articulated because that sounds like you just dissing somebody. Could have been articulated better. Even with myself, I see some lines, I look back and be like, I could have articulated that better. Especially when you got a punch, you want to make sure that thing come through crisp because sometimes that's where a punch can get missed. Like the Patriots bar, I think that's what it was for me why I didn't get it. But it's a debatable battle. After watching it one time, I think I'll give Adolph a slight edge. But like I said, if somebody felt that La G won, I'm not mad at that. And as always, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.